Welcome to episode 41 of the Whiskey and Whitetails podcast. We are joined today with Chad at my daily Bourbon.
Yeah.
Which we're super excited that you can make time for us and we get a busy schedule.
Yep, kind of. I got to do this, check on some barrels with Nulu, and then I got to work. So,
yep.
Yeah.
Busy gang.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you giving us an hour of your time. Today,
for sure.
We are at the Justin's House of Bourbon in Lexington, Kentucky. And this weekend, which this will come out too late, but all single barrels are 10% off. If you buy 6, you save 20%. But a little bit about Justin's House of Bourbon. You've been here many times, right?
Yes.
So they buy vintage and rare bottles from private collections and resell them. So if you have a vintage bottle and you want to get it priced or sold, you can contact Ryan. He's the operations manager here. Is Ryan at thehouseofbourbon.com. And you can also go to bourbonoutfitter.com for shipping merch and bottles. It's like their shipping depot.
Out in D.C.
Yep.
Oh, really? Interesting.
There's different laws in D.C.
Yeah, that's immediately what came to mind. Is
Yep.
just rolling through the Rolodex of laws and how that benefits. That's interesting.
Because a lot of the distilleries here will do like was it Jim Beam did the Barrel Club this year?
Jim Beam.
And it was like D.C.
Makers.
or Kentucky.
Yep.
That was it.
Yep. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So this episode is brought to you in part and powered by Little Book Chapter 5, which...
Did you basically steal that?
I mean, I got it for like $20 over MSRP, so
Yeah.
I think I did okay.
Yeah.
Well, because when you told me what it cost, and then she rang you up, I was like, "Don't say anything. Don't say anything."
She was super concerned. She was like, "Just so you know, that's whatever it was, $140 plus tax, going to be like $163." And I was like,
Yeah.
That's it.
That's what I was told.
So wait, then we were looking at various bottles on that shelf. Which one was it that was $300? Is this 300 secondary?
Yeah, probably
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, okay.
something like that.
Maybe I misunderstood.
Well, they had the Blue Note in there.
Maybe that's what we were looking
Yeah,
at.
and I think Blue Note's pretty expensive secondary.
Yeah. Was it the 17 year or something like that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
it
old
is.
one.
Yeah, those are expensive.
And it was I'll tell you the place, it's $145. I got the receipt over here.
Oh, hell yeah.
I might go get it on the way home. What do you know about this one? Nothing? This would be a Chief Mercer question, probably.
Yeah, I know they use 2 to 15-year-old juice in there. What, 2, 3, 5, 15 or
Damn,
something
you're
like
good.
that?
You're so good. Recipe 36. Trying to find the proof. Probably on the bottle.
On the front, usually.
Yep, 116. So let's pop this bad boy.
We should have had breakfast. Oh, no way. That's never happened on a show. I've popped before.
I've never seen that happen.
Okay. I don't think I spilled any.
No, you didn't.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I've never seen that happen before. That came right off.
That is awesome.
Oh, glub. There you go. We're going to ruin this table. Actually, this table's probably had bourbon spilled on it.
I'm pretty sure it has, yeah.
I believe that's how they found the table.
Yeah, probably. I'm going to get
Thank you, sir.
It is. This is from a rick house, isn't it? Looks like it.
Yeah.
So-
If not, it's very nice.
That table that last night, that was cool. I didn't...
yeah.
We stopped at a friend of ours on the way here, and she pointed out that the kitchen table they had was made from reclaimed wood from a rick house. Which distillery?
Maker's Mark.
Was it Maker's Mark?
Oh, hell
Woodford. It was Woodford.
Woodford, that's what it was, yeah. Yeah, they were replacing the big planks that they roll to move barrels along the racks, and they pulled them out, and then for their wedding anniversary, they made them a nice table at it. It's really nice. It was really cool.
Oh, hell yeah.
She also made some Buffalo Trace bourbon pecan pie that you will get to have a piece of.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll save that towards the end. There's apple pie too. The apple pie is money with that pie. She used to work for the tourism district in Kentucky. So she's been making bourbon pies for her whole life.
They used to buy her gallon or half-gallon jugs of bourbon just to cook stuff with.
Yeah.
That was her job, kind of.
But she said they always were cheap. And so she's like, when I quit working and started cooking for myself, I only buy Buffalo Trace. And I was like, well, and she was like, well, in my defense, Buffalo Trace is a good woman's drink. I swear that's what she said last night.
I talked to my tail and went and bought 2 bottles.
You did. You bought 2 bottles,
I bought
right?
2 bottles.
Smells nice. These are younger than normal.
Usually it's like a nice melody of like different ages. This one, like that 2-year stands out a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, you should, since you're here, You do the thing.
Do the what?
It's Chad.
What?
Do a tasting right now.
Oh, yeah, I figured that's kind of what we were
Yeah,
doing.
that's what I want you to do. I want you to do your thing.
My thing?
Yeah. This is your show. Go. You tell me what to smell and do.
I don't tell anyone what to smell. I tell people what I smell.
That's what I want.
It's a nice light caramel on the nose. A little bit of straw.
Professional.
So good.
A lot of orange peel.
Can't tell if he's putting it in my head or
No,
if I'm just noticing it as he says it. But he's spot on.
Do get a little bit of that 15-year-old. There's a little bit of mustiness. Kinda.
Yeah, I was just thinking that before he said it. I was, though.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to describe it.
Do
But
you want
then,
him to sign your shirt while he's here?
yeah, I do.
I did have, not to be like, yeah, people know me. I did have a guy who wanted to take a picture with me at work one day.
Nice.
Hell yeah. That was me.
Well, not you. You like ambushed me.
Yeah.
I thought I was about to fight somebody.
I was trying to scare you.
You did.
Good.
He showed up at his work.
Yeah. And just ran up to him with my phone out and take a picture like paparazzi.
Yeah, I can't remember something was happening. I was about to walk. Oh, someone just stole from us. So I was about
is
to
that
walk,
what it was?
Yeah, I was about to walk outside, and he runs up like right behind me. And I'm like, oh god,
Perfect timing. That's me. I have impeccable timing.
scared the crap out of me.
Like 5 seconds later, someone slammed a whole line of shopping carts into the glass. Like,
Oh, no.
it didn't break it, but
No.
How often do you guys clean up bottles at a store like that? Daily? It's got to be daily, right?
Honestly, no. We get our trucks every Monday, and we break more stuff than customers. So
I can see that.
because they're all drunk back there.
it's no,
Just kidding.
we're not drunk.
No, I know you're not. I was,
You help empty this truck after you're done with that tasting?
yeah.
I mean, sometimes we'll get new products. I'm like, oh shit, it's finally here. Let's go open this. Come on, let's go. And then they're like, no.
It's losing its nose.
It is fading away. I'm going to taste it.
Yep. Been waiting. I'm like,
Come on.
I don't want to.
2-year-old's very prominent
Yeah.
in the mix.
Straight to the back of the throat.
Yep.
And that's unfortunate. I mean, it's kind of cool because it gives it a well-rounded flavor and experience, but it definitely overpowers.
It does. I mean, on the back end, like a little bit of the finish, you're getting some more of that musty oak from that 15-year-old.
On the breathe out.
Yeah,
It's a long finish.
it is a long finish.
Very long finish.
Oh, we didn't do any leg looks.
Tell my wife I'm checking out legs over here.
It's got some oils.
Yeah.
I noticed when it poured, it
How
looked
far apart they are.
thick.
Yeah. I don't think it tells you the percentage. It just says
No, I don't think so.
light linger of warmth and smoked vanilla. Sure. Subtle smoke, it says. Toasted barrel. Caramel and toasted barrel bread with brown sugar undertones. Who wrote this?
I get the brown sugar. I don't get the bread.
I don't get the bread either.
No bread.
Definitely brown sugar, the oak.
It's overall not bad.
I
I
like
think
it.
4 was better, but
Yeah. 3's been my favorite, like 100%.
I don't remember 3. I think 3 was the first one I had, and I don't think I
3
I had a clean palate.
3 was the one that had cast strength Basil Hayden in it, but it's like 11-year-old Basil Hayden, but it's or cast strength old granddad, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it had all that, and that was the best mix of different things to me because 4 had what the outlier, and that was the brown rice, and this one the outlier is the 2-year. So I feel like every year they throw something in there that's kind of like, we'll see how it goes.
So the cast strength Basil Hayden, is that 114?
No, it's what I
I'd say.
think it came out of the barrel something like 122.
Oh, okay.
Don't hold me to that.
That's one of our favorite things in whiskey class. I almost always bring OG 114, just so I can be like, "This, you know who old granddad is."
Yeah,
But and it's an easy to get cask strength, barrel proof, whatever you want to call it.
And I mean, for the money, I mean, unless you're finding benchmark foolproof, like on the regular.
Yeah.
OGD 114 all the way.
People overlook it all the time. It doesn't.
We do all our tastings blind, obviously, and we did Red Breast 12, 114, and Early Times Bottle and Bond. Yeah. Nobody knew what any of them were, but I started with the Red Breast, and I was like, it's 12 years old. This won Whiskey of the World in 2019, and I'm going on and on and on about how good it is, and then I stopped explaining the rest. So they go, well, if we started with an $80 bottle of 12-year-old Irish whiskey, because I don't tell them what it is.
Yeah.
And so they're like, number 2 is my favorite. And some people were like, number 3 is really good, but it's too spicy. Put a drop of water in it. They loved it. Number two. Everybody wanted number 2. And I pulled it out. I got cussed at. She was there. They were like, what the fuck?
People don't expect that nice $30 bottle to be.
No.
Well, and also, like we've done with other tastings, you play with people's palates. You hit them with one and they get used to the ethanol, things like that. She did that to me. We were messing around with flights at home, and I forget exactly what I did, but she actually put 2 of the same whiskeys in there. She tricked me.
Yeah.
And I thought they were 2 because one was at first and one was last. By the time I got through the other ones, I thought it was a completely different whiskey.
Yeah.
And I put it, I tried to match up the bottles, and then I got them all wrong.
Do you do that in your tasting? Place things based on?
I have before, yes. Brittany's done that to me too. Like in a blind, I'll like pour me up like 4 things, and then she'll pour them. I'll go through and like, man, these taste similar. Are they the same? Am I tricking myself? And then I'm like, nah, I like this one better than this one. And she's like, they're the same thing.
Yeah. Yep. And your palate changes every 30 days, so it's like something that you didn't like, and a lot of people will equate that to neck pour, which could be sometimes,
right?
But a lot of times it's just you appreciate it more 2 months later.
Yeah, I mean, and then
revisiting a bottle.
People can argue up and down scientifically or whatever, but I think once you open a bottle and it's got some air in it, some of the ethanol is going to fade away. It's going to have maybe a little more flavor, could have less flavor, but it's going to change.
I agree. Yeah.
So you may like it better without that extra alcohol content in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think anyone who argues that doesn't happen, I don't think understands even basic science.
I just meant it's silly. Like, people say, oh, the neck pour is rough. And it's like, well, you can do the neck pour and then the next pour right after it, and they're going to be the same. It takes time,
Right, yeah.
But, so, that's like when I open a bottle, especially in videos I do a cork pop, I'm just doing like half-ounce pour out of there because I know that if I do 4 ounces or 10 ounces, that first pour is going to be rough. So then I'll revisit it a couple days later, a week later, and 2 weeks later, and then that's when I tally up all my scores, and here's my final thoughts after it's had time to breathe.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that you did it that far.
I try to.
Yeah.
I have such a backlog of things. Like some things I've reviewed like 5 months ago, I still haven't gone back and done. So they're going to be way different than.
So how'd you get into wanting to do this, or do you want to do another pour first?
We can do another pour.
You want to do the House of Bourbon one, or do you want to do what you brought?
I don't care. Whatever you guys pick.
It's you pick. It's your show. We do the show all the time.
You're the guest.
Yeah.
We'll do this first.
Okay.
And then I'll let you guys fight over who opens it.
Gus can. I've already failed at opening one today.
That wasn't hard.
No, that was easy.
This room is noisier than normal.
Shh. It was silent.
You won't even notice that on the audio version.
Oh man,
it's hard to do with these with the little bottles.
There we go. That is awesome.
Is this the apostrophe? Oh, it's an N.
Is that a thing? Is the apostrophe?
No, I like to say that it is.
I was like, I've never heard of that. Surely that's not the case.
You have a nice collection, but you don't have the apostrophe.
Is it even a collection then?
Right. True.
I didn't know there was an apostrophe. Oh.
Oh, well, you clearly don't know your Blantons.
I thought you were a Blanton's fan.
So tell us about this pick.
Oh, wow.
Picked this back in January. That's what I was looking at as when it got dumped. It was supposed to be 2 us. They said 4 to 8 weeks. It took until the end of June for this to get dumped and bottled. Or dumped. I don't know when it got bottled. We didn't get them until August. So dumped 6/29, like literally 6 months to the day after we picked it. So it's about 5 year, 7 months, 8 months at that point. I've not had it since we picked it. So.
Oh, no?
I like this nose. I don't know, maybe I may be way off, but I get a lot of citrus and like floral notes.
Gus likes the 90 to 100 range, which is why it's a lot of fun when we do this, because I always hit him with like 115, 120.
Yeah.
You know, we did the Battle of Bear Proofs. They're all
fun.
130s. And
Well, like I just feel like 90 to 110, that range, I taste more. Like I get more notes when I taste. I'll drink whatever you put in front of me. But that's what I gravitate to.
yeah.
I do too. But if I'm going for a heavy pour, like just one pour, I'll go something higher proof. But if I want several pours, it's going to be that 90, 110 range.
Yeah.
It's a good range to stick in.
Get a little graham cracker on that.
Yeah.
Man, he's so good at picking out very specific.
Well, he does it all the time.
Yeah, I guess
You
so.
know, we just do it. I do it when I open a bottle, and I'm like, and I think to myself things, and then,
And you just drink.
yeah, it's kind of the end.
Yeah.
Do you see Chad in there?
Oh, is he here? Oh, I thought that was his car out there.
Yeah.
Nope.
I gave him a smoker kit, and he was like, oh, these are really cool. I'm like, thank you.
Well, hell, he should have came back here.
He was busy. I don't know him, so I didn't want to.
Oh, we call it's in our small group of friends. He's original recipe, and I'm extra crispy because original recipe came first.
Yeah. I've actually heard that on another podcast. Yeah.
That's funny.
You were spot on with that citrus, man. Like this is citrus heavy. I remember we picked it. Nothing against Blanton's, but all the barrels that Buffalo Trace rolled out for us was kind of like, and when we picked this one, it was the least offensive of the ones, I should say. Because they proof them down for you now. You don't just go in there and just thief it right out of the barrel and try it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, now here's your glasses. They're all proofed down. It's all to the mark. That extra 6 months did this some good because they were all very ethanol heavy. Didn't really get much. Kind of tons of grass, like barn funk, which this still has a little bit of that funkiness to it, but that's not all you smell.
Barn funk. I think that every time we go to Rocco's.
Yeah.
I'm like, I smell this in bourbon all the time. It's an old tobacco barn.
There's all this, the cabin, the lean-to, it's all old wood, so it just has that really musty smell to it.
That's interesting. That's unlike any blends I've ever had.
It is funky. Speaking of Old Tobacco Barn, I used to play music in an Old Tobacco Barn.
Did you?
Yeah. My punk rock band, we set up in the mezzanine where we used to climb up to start hanging tobacco. We cleared that out and put our drum kits and our amps up there. And
Nice.
we thought we were cool, and then winter hit.
All those open
Oh my
slats.
God, yes, yeah.
It's cold.
The drums were warped, so we had to go up there and we'd get like a space heater and blast it every day just to make sure that the wood wasn't getting destroyed. It was destroyed. So.
I bet it was. Oh, you were in a punk rock band. That's cool.
I was. I forgot. I'll see.
Were you like MXPX?
You know what? We loved MXPX. I've seen them several times, but that was not. I mean, maybe kinda.
I haven't uttered the words or the letters MXPX or thought about that band since I was probably 17.
The
Been a long time.
camera person can admit that I still listen to MXPX.
Do you really?
Yeah, I have the green and blue splash CD.
Yeah.
Stays in the CD player in the garage.
Before Everything and After, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah. Yep.
Let me see if I can find this picture here. If I can find it quickly, then I'll show you. If not, I'll show you guys off camera.
Yeah, no worries. We have no agenda. We're just hanging out and drinking whiskey, man.
You're the one on the time schedule, not me.
We don't have to be anywhere till this afternoon, assuming we can drive. Unless we have somebody to get us there.
Yeah. I'm not worried about that.
Shit, where is it? Anyway, it's a picture of 14-year-old me with a mohawk.
I've seen it.
Have I showed you before?
I think you put in your story or something one
I
time.
might have.
Yeah.
I cannot find it.
Because I was like, that's you? And you were like, yeah. I was all right.
Yeah.
I remember that now because you told me you were in a punk rock band.
Yeah, I had it's like a 1.5 foot tall mohawk.
Nice.
And
Dude, that takes work.
yeah, a lot of Elmer's glue.
Really?
A lot of Elmer's glue.
That's what you use?
Yeah, so I'd go in with that got to be glued spray, and I would that'd be the initial like base coat, and then I'd take some Elmer's glue.
Wow.
But the picture I have is from a show we were playing outside as a farewell to our drummer. He was moving away for a while, and it's like 105 degrees, so my mohawk is like forward, and then it's all hanging back.
That's awesome. When'd you cut it?
I had it till I was about 16, so I had it for about 2 years. The problem was I got tired of like at school, I would just like slick it back.
Yeah.
And then I had like a mullet looking thing
Yeah,
with shaved sides. Yeah, I didn't like that.
At the 1.5 tall, it's obviously not just hanging to one side or the other. It's like down your back, right?
Yeah. He was rocking the Joe car.
I tried to do the one side thing, but that was that weird emo, and I'm like, I'm not that guy.
No.
Not
Did you
doing
paint your
that.
fingernails?
Only when I played shows, I would paint the left hand if we were playing somewhere,
Nice.
just because if you're playing in a venue and the lights are hitting,
Yeah.
it looks cool to have a bright color, like when your hand's moving.
Sure.
I know that's a little suggestive on the camera, but
That's fine.
if it was just like a day-to-day, then no, I'm not going to paint my fingernail. That's too much time.
Yeah.
I want to look cool whenever we'd play shows, but that's about it.
This changed a lot while we were talking.
I paint my nails. Well, I don't. My daughter does sometimes. I've almost come into the studio to record a podcast with painted fingernails.
I'll paint your nails.
All right.
There we go.
This podcast just got weird.
Seems like a fun party. you and his daughter can paint his nails.
Yeah. It did change. It lost a little bit of that funk.
It almost tastes like a budget whiskey if you just kind of let it sit.
I mean, it really reminds me of Ancient Age.
Yeah,
I mean, as it should.
it is.
But yeah.
This is probably closer to ancient age than normal blends. It's not bad though. It's good.
No, it's not bad, but they have severely. I mean, you can look at the color on it and see like they have severely cut the age in their barrel pick program. Unless you were signed up or you're one of the premier, like Kroger or Costco or someone who does multiple picks a year, buys a ton of stuff from Sazerac, they're not going to hook you up with an older barrel. So this was 5 years and a month or so whenever we got it.
Is that the only thing Kroger's premier in is bourbon picks?
How many barrels? I mean, just for people who don't know these kind of things, I guess I don't really know either. When someone like Kroger or Total Wine or any of those, how many barrels do they buy at one time?
We tasted through 12, but we only because there's only 4 stores in Kentucky. So you got somewhere like Kroger, Liquor Barn. They've got tons of stores across the state. So depending on how you set it up, you're allocated so many barrels for the year, and you can pick all those at once. Like I know Liquor Barn back in like either 2018 or 2019, they went and they're like, we're going to pick 30 barrels for the entire year, and they picked every barrel in that day. So we got 4. We did a Buffalo Trace pick, Eagle Rare pick, a Blanton's pick, and a Stag Junior pick, which is lottery, so I can't get my hands on that one. So that was it. And then the second half of the year, which is going to be, I think, next month or November, is when we can do a Weller Full Proof, another Buffalo Trace, and maybe an E.H. Taylor. So that'll be 7 to 8 barrels for Total Wine for all 4 stores. But Kroger's the number 1 liquor purchaser retailer in the United States. They buy more alcohol than anybody, and they sell more than anybody. So when you have that kind of, whatever background, Sazerac will basically just say, here's however many you want. So you got Chris, the guy who heads all that stuff and picks all their barrels. He can go in basically any time of the year. So whenever we were picking our barrels, I asked about a E.H. Taylor single barrel, and they're like, Kroger's got all those. You probably won't get one this year.
Wow.
So unless they give one up or something happens, we weren't getting one. So they kind of get first say.
That's crazy that a grocery store gets.
We think about the states that Kroger is in, and they're in a lot of your southern states
that you can't sell liquor in.
That you can.
Well, you can't in South Carolina.
Well, not in South Carolina, but like I think Texas, I know Louisiana, and some of the other like Kroger's and Albertsons are like your 2 biggest grocery stores in those areas, and you can sell alcohol inside of both of them. Mm-hmm. So I'm not surprised they makes sense, I guess. That's a lot of barrels. That's
a lot of Wheatley vodka and a lot of Fireball. So, I mean.
Yep. Every time we go to a liquor store, and somebody will come in and undoubtedly ask for something allocated. And then he's like, if you buy Fireball from me, maybe I'll be able to get more allocated stuff.
And that's how it works. I mean,
they got to buy cases of it.
Yeah.
Some of them have them, like some of the stores we go to that actually have good allocation. Their back wall will just be cases of Fireball. They don't even need to sell it. It just sits there.
No, it's not based on what the store sells.
Yeah.
I mean, it's based on what the store buys. Right. So, like, our distributor, RNDC, they could give a shit less if I sell 1,000 bottles of it, but they care if I buy 5,000 bottles of it because that makes them more money, looks good to Sazerac, and then in return, they pay us back by doing allocations. That's the 3-tier system, and that's unfortunately how allocations work now.
Right. It's crazy that it's Fireball. Fireball's the one.
Yeah, I know.
Like, of all the crappy whiskey, Fireball was the one they were like, "What?" I hate even calling it whiskey. It made me feel bad when I said that.
I mean, it's Canadian whiskey.
Yeah, it's cinnamon.
I almost can't say the word without gagging a little bit.
Dude, an ice cold Fireball. I will say this: the ones that have the little mini bottles in the fridge, like next to the
little
counter,
freezer and fridge. Yeah,
bro, it's hard to say no to that.
Turn it up before you go into work or something.
Yeah, I try to drink 4 or 5 on the way home, so the wife doesn't know.
Mouthwash. That's what it is. Cinnamon mouthwash.
Yeah, cinnamon mouthwash. I could tell you last time I had Fireball.
It's probably been like 8 years. Just throwing it. I don't know. Just a time.
I feel like it hadn't been that long. All right, enough about Fireball. What's next? You want to do that cinnamon bond, or do you want to do the 12-year?
Let's do the cinnamon bomb.
Okay, it's the first one. Yep.
I'm very curious about this. I'll let you go first.
So this is a barrel bourbon, single barrel, not blended, it's actual single barrel from Justin's House Bourbon. They were kind enough to let us sip on this bottle. It's 121.78 proof. I've never seen it go that far.
Jesus. Oh yeah, they are particular, man.
Are they? Barrel is?
Yep.
So bottle 130 is a 7-year-old, and it is called the Justin's House of Bourbon Cinnabomb. So he said it's cinnamon and bomb-like.
I wonder if it's red hot cinnamon or like
that's what I was wondering too.
Or like baking spice cinnamon.
Okay.
That would have been just such a pretty like shot right there. You pouring that with the light behind it, that would have been nice.
Oh yeah.
I left my camera at home. I wanted to bring it.
It's all good.
I poured way too much.
It's okay. You'll drink it.
I will.
Or a smaller amount. Do you want to trade?
I've already touched the top of the glass.
Okay.
I'll be a man.
7-year heart.
I don't smell any cinnamon.
Go all in.
Oh, now I smell cinnamon. So it's a Fireball cinnamon.
Yeah.
Not Fireball, the
Red hot.
yeah.
Whoa. That is wild.
Tinges the nostrils.
It does.
Wow. Like in your mouth, if you open mouth it. Yeah.
It's like big red gum.
Yeah. That's what I couldn't think of the
Man,
name.
even if you
It's cinnamon, but still sweet. Like you still get, it still smells sweet.
you almost get cinnamon, like if you just swallow nothing, just make that swallowing movement.
Yeah.
You almost get like a cinnamon burn just from the smell. That's wild. I can't wait any longer. Wow.
That is good. It's got like a doughiness to it almost.
Yeah. That's super weird.
The cinnamon, like the tingling sensation, is like eating some big red gum.
It reminds that between that and the bread notes, it just reminds me of Christmas, like baking during Christmas time.
Yeah.
How did they do that?
I don't know, but it's very interesting.
It's almost got like a spicy on the tongue thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like straight cinnamon and nutmeg.
Yeah. That's fascinating. I'd buy a bottle of that. Which, by the way, they have all single barrel picks at 10% off this weekend.
And a lot of dead air to cut out on this one.
No, leave it in. This is really good. That's the sound of people experiencing something never experienced before.
I never cut it completely out, but I do cut some of them short because.
Well, I mean, going from this to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also a big jump. 121 points. Yeah. So.
Well, I mean, proof and flavor. The complete difference between these two is insane.
Man, it does so much to your mouth.
I really enjoy just smelling it. It just smells really good.
It smells really good. But I mean, I feel like I was chewing some, like big red gum. Like it.
It's crazy. It's like the heat doesn't feel hot. You know what I mean? Like you can tell there's heat on it, but it's not. It's like cinnamon spice, not heat. It's weird.
It tastes spicy, but it doesn't drink like 121, whatever it is proof.
121.78645.3.
8. The last one was an 8, not a 3.
Very specific.
There's not a lot of well, I mean, I guess it's a 7-year, but
This
you would
is
think at that
unreal.
proof, it would like dry your mouth out.
Yeah.
But it's not doing it.
Now
Now
sometimes you get it like right here where it dries out.
Yeah.
And it's not even doing that.
It's not. Now we need to figure
It's
out
actually
where
making my
it's
mouth
from.
water.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is it?
Is that Kentucky? Does it say on the back?
I think that he said it was Kentucky. Distilled in Kentucky, yeah. Yeah, I remember him telling me now. That's why it was so interesting, because it's actually a Kentucky bourbon. Who could it be? It's definitely an off barrel. Like I think they were like, "What is this?" And then
Yeah,
they said,
that's why it wound up in Barrel Craft's hands, because it doesn't have any nuttiness to like resemble a Heaven Hill or like a Jim Beam, but it doesn't have that funkiness of like a turkey.
What's funny is we've done that Mash Bill 1 white, the Buffalo Trace Mash Bill 1, the White Dog. Mm-hmm. We did that in some of our aging sticks, and it had a lot of this cinnamon, but this doesn't have that heavy corn that the Mash Bill 1 does.
No.
But it definitely did. It did a lot of the cinnamon thing. It was like Christmas cinnamon, though. This is like
cinnamon and baking spice, and
yeah.
But it was weird because it was just that 1 week.
Yeah, for 1 week. The next week when we tasted it, it was totally different, and then the week after that, it was bad.
It was gone.
Bad.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to perfect it, but like that's impossible to do because of the thickness of each stick isn't the same. Yeah. So to put it in a mason jar and go exactly to the day that we had it, it was off. I kept it. I still have it.
Yeah. I mean, with the volume of the White Dog and then the surface area, of the little sticks, I think we did the equivalent of what would you guess in terms of years that we did in months?
Oh, it was like 4 months.
But
like 15 years.
Yeah, maybe.
No, you break it down that volume.
Yeah. No, I don't know. It was really good. It reminds me of it. I have one going now with Appalachian moonshine, real moonshine.
Can't tell you where it came from.
I can. Malcolm makes it. I'll send you some of it if it's nice. I will traffic illegal liquor across state lines for you.
Mute your microphone in a minute.
No one will have to know.
I have no moonshine. That's illegal. I don't do anything illegal.
His uncle doesn't distill it.
No.
Why'd you have to shut down Whiskey and Whitetails? Long story. Started in Lexington.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, my tongue is still tingling. Like I can't get that feeling away, like to go away at all.
You have any guess on where you think it came from?
I don't. I also don't know who that is calling me. I do not. There's so many places in Kentucky. That's the thing, I mean, most people are going to throw out like, "Oh, 7-year could be Heaven Hill." I mean, it could be,
there's like 3,000 distilleries in Kentucky,
right? I mean, it could be Woodford Reserve. It could be. I mean, it could be anybody.
It could be somebody that's sourced from somewhere else, redistilled it. Does that count if you source MGP and then redistill it in Kentucky?
No, but you can call it Kentucky bourbon if you like source it and then bring it to Kentucky and age it like Bullet does.
What if you distill it though? If I get it and then distill it again? Because technically it was distilled.
It has to be here for a year and a day.
Oh.
So you take like A. Smith Bowman.
Yeah.
And how they take their stuff from, I mean, it's Buffalo Trace distillate. And
yeah. The John Jay is money.
John Jay is the money, my friend.
Yeah.
I get 1 bottle a month at work.
Do you really?
Yep.
If you go to Virginia, it's every single store is a ton of it. It's everywhere.
I'm sad about that.
They're like $55, $60, but if they were 40, I would just go stock up.
I think they're 55 or 60 here too, but once again, 1 bottle a month, I'm not going to be that guy who's like, "Oh, I work here, I'm going to buy it."
Yeah, no. That's interesting. They give you bottles, or you got to buy it?
No, you don't get, no. I get free wine. I can take 120 bottles of wine a year.
Really? Any kind you want?
Up to $200.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you drink wine?
I do now.
I would too. Yeah.
I also get a free 6-pack of beer a month too. So like my beer and wine collection is almost to that of my whiskey collection.
Nice.
At my daily beer.
God, I don't need to do that.
That's too busy. How'd you get started doing this anyway? Well, let's pour something and then talk.
You want to do that or do you want to do BT?
I mean, you brought something cool that we've never had before, but
I mean, have you had those either?
No.
But then y'all choose. It's your show.
It's your show.
Flipping the script.
I only have 2 clean glasses left, so why don't we do the heavy one and then we'll do clean glasses on that one.
Yeah. The heavy one, as in
the
House of Bourbon?
Yeah, the green one. That was their pick from last year. I think it's 14 years.
No, this is this last year? Or is this year? This is Railbird. I mean, anyway, it's almost 120 proof.
Yeah.
Barrel 2.
Yeah, that's definitely the one that was like 12 years. 12 years, yep. That's what he said. Thanks.
Executive assistants coming in clutch today.
Yeah. It's nice having more than one.
Yeah.
So how'd you get started with when you were like, okay, I drink every day, so I'm going to do it.
Well, I was posting more pictures of whiskey than anything on my personal Instagram page. And I made just a smart ass comment. My girlfriend's getting annoyed by this, And a buddy of mine, David, who I used to work with at Walmart several years ago, was like, why don't you start a whiskey page? And I'm like, that idea is just too fucking good, like, to pass up.
When was this? How long ago?
Over a year ago, maybe almost 2 years ago. I'm not sure now. But I did. I started My Daily Bourbon, where every day I was like, I'm going to make a review. And at that time, the place I worked at, I was off work no later than like 8:30, so I could come home, throw together a review. And I was trying to be consistent with it. Like, I'm going to drink, like I said earlier, a couple days into something, then make a final note of it. And then it got to the point where it's like, I'm drinking every day. I put on like 30 pounds.
Hell yeah.
And I'm like, no, this is not good.
All that fried chicken.
All that fried chicken. All that Lee's family. This smells delightful.
Doesn't matter. You can hear people in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's registering on the microphone.
I was eavesdropping, just like, what are they saying?
Yeah, what are they saying? We should have done that, put a mic out there so we could turn it up to hear what people were talking about.
Like, yeah, there's these assholes in there trying to shoot a podcast.
Railbird. What is Railbird Fest? I'm not from here.
Railbird Fest is out at Keeneland. It is just a music festival.
My Morning Jacket's a real band?
Yeah.
I thought that was a joke from
American
Dad. Yeah. I didn't know that was a real band.
Jim James.
No shit.
Jim James. No, that is a real band.
So then they play with Dave Matthews Band, huh?
It was more or less just Dave Matthews.
Oh.
Yeah. No, the band.
Not the band.
No, the ensemble I don't think was there.
How was he good?
I didn't go.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
I was in Orlando.
Yeah, I'd rather be in Orlando than go see Dave Matthews, period.
I don't mind Dave Matthews, but it's not like I'm going to spend the money to go see Dave Matthews.
No. I want to see the band.
I got free tickets to go see Incubus once, and I was like, you know what? I would spend money to see Incubus.
Yeah.
But it took free tickets to find that out.
Do you know what an incubus is?
No.
It's a demon that rapes women in their sleep.
Nice.
Yeah. True.
I know this.
Yeah.
It's very true.
I did not know
I've
that.
seen one time. I haven't.
I don't think it has to. Is it just women, or it's just a?
I think it was just women.
I thought it was a demon that just basically sexually assaulted people in their sleep.
Oh, I thought it was women.
I think it could be.
It's scary
male
if
or
it's women.
female. Okay.
We'll fact check that and look that up. So you decided to start a My Daily Bourbon, and you were going to review every day.
Every day, and that took a lot of work and a lot of drinking. So then I just went to just trying to post every day. And even that fell through for a while because, burnout. I get tired of looking at my phone. I'm sure you guys do as well, especially after working. So, after working a 12, 14-hour day at retail, I really don't want to come home and scroll through notifications every day. So sometimes I'll just on my days off, here's 5 drafts for the next 5 days, post, ignore it for the next week and come back to it later.
We try to stay active, but only because your interactions, not that we really care about them, but you can see it. You can go from 600 likes pretty consistently. And then if we were gone for a week for hunting and then we were busy and we came back and then it's you post something that's a pretty good picture.
Yeah.
And it's like no likes. And then you look at interactions, like 80 people saw this from your hashtags, and you're like,
Yeah, it's all about what you do. Because, I mean, it used to be Instagram was all about hashtags. Now the hashtags really don't matter. It's all about how much you interact with someone else. Because I've gotten out of that. I'm hit that kind of burnout phase in the last month or so. So it's like 80 likes on a picture. And then you go back a month ago and it's like, here's a 1,200 likes.
I know. It's crazy.
But a month ago, I was commenting on everything and sharing and whatever. And anymore, right now, like this funk is kind of like, eh.
The only way to get over it is because I made her do it on the way drive up here. I'm like, just go to the explore page, type in bourbon, go to most recent or top or whatever, and just for an hour, beautiful picture. Blah, 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 just go through and comment.
Yeah.
But what's funny is like I know who we follow and who we don't, or who we've had tiffs with and unfollow, and it's like some of the people that she was commenting on, like I see they liked the comment, I'm like, oh, not them. Oops. But I mean, whatever. It's a
game. You just got to play the game.
It's just an interesting game, and like to even care about it. Because I don't really, but you have to.
You have to
a degree, yes.
And it's frustrating that as you said, the hashtags used to be a thing. Now it doesn't matter. Like they keep moving the goalpost.
Yeah.
And what is necessary to maintain that engagement and that traction, they keep changing it.
What I read was it was fake accounts. So like they figured it out if people aren't actually interacting using the platform, they could find fake accounts faster.
I see.
That's why sometimes I don't care about followers, but sometimes I'll look at them and be like, we lost 200 followers last night. And I guess it's just random fake
going
accounts.
Through and just being like, let's wipe
this guy hasn't posted in a year. Gone.
Yep.
But you can always tell when they do it because I don't know how they figure it out. That's the other thing too, is when you look at thousands of followers and you get like 100 likes on a picture, like who are all these people then?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some people I know who have bot followers, and they're sitting at like 150,000 followers, and they'll have like,
it's so obvious.
Like, here's 140 likes and 2 comments on a picture, and then you look through their followers, and it's like some Indian page, or here's a travel page,
or half of them don't have a profile picture
at all, and it's just like symbols, and it's like, that's totally so and so has paid for this.
Like I want to, because we're like 1,500 from 10,000, and 10,000 you get to use the links.
Yep.
And that's the only thing I really want is the links. So I mean, I think about it all the time. Like, dude, I could buy 1,500 followers, and I don't think anybody would notice, but they would. So I'm just not going to do it.
The only people that matter would notice.
Yeah,
people that don't matter would notice.
Yeah, exactly. Like Chad would notice, and then Chad's like, "What you doing, bro?"
Y'all buying followers.
Yeah. So that's the reason I haven't done it. But I really want that. I want to be able to put a link because we link to so much stuff off of Instagram, and to go to our link tree, link in bio. I hate saying it because I know nobody's going to.
Yeah, I do too. But I'm not even 50% of the way close to that point. So until that happens, Linktree.
Yeah, Linktree. That's what we use. Do you know they had a free version of Linktree?
Yeah, but it's the one we pay for gives us the ability to do a bunch of the stuff that we like, multiple links and customize the page, and it's like $7 a month.
Yeah,
free. You can see like, oh, it had five people clicked it this week. Pay us for more information.
It's like those follower apps. You have 10 secret admirers for $12 a month. We'll show them to you.
Here are the people who unfollowed you.
Or LinkedIn. These people looked at your profile.
Yeah.
Pay $150 for the year, and we'll show you who. Like,
but then you get an email from them, and they're like, hey, we want to give you premium for free for 6 months.
Right. You sign up, and you're like, oh, but you got to pay to see who viewed your profile.
I definitely don't care who views my profile.
Yeah, LinkedIn is only there because I was told to set it up at another job. Walmart. When I worked at Walmart, they're like, you need a LinkedIn page. I'm like, cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We did it coming out of the Army. Like day one of you're getting out of the Army, going back to the real world, it was like, you must have a LinkedIn. Nobody will know who you are without one. The only way to succeed in life is to have a LinkedIn. Like, I'm pretty sure the lady worked for LinkedIn.
Probably.
So I made one then, and I was like, cool, I'm going to make a bunch of money now. And I mean, it was pointless. It's done nothing but give me junk mail.
All I see now is a lot of like older people use it as like their Facebook.
Yeah.
So they post political stuff and memes, and I'm just like, this is not what LinkedIn's for, people.
Why would you do that at a place where it's supposed to be like your resume, and then you're going to put your political views out there?
It's like a living, breathing like resume, like interaction kind of thing. And
I think some people just don't care. They see it as another Facebook, and they're just kind of like, you know what? I will share my thoughts here. I don't care what anyone thinks.
That's one thing that Whiskey and Whitetails has done for me is I have no clue. She'll be like, by the way, you need to know this happened yesterday in the world. I'm like, wow, that's nuts. Okay. back to let's see what I don't have time because we both worked full-time jobs and then doing this and the travel and all the stuff. Like I don't have time to look at anything political. And then when Joe Rogan got COVID and CNN took a snapshot of his video and then put a yellow filter on it to make him look sick. When I saw that, I was like, yeah, I'm definitely never looking at the news again. You can't trust any of it. A picture of Joe Rogan, they tried to make him look older.
If you look at the actual video, he looks like himself. He looks perfectly healthy.
It's just crazy that they doctored a photo to fit the narrative.
To fit their narrative. Yeah.
I don't have time to read a news article and then go, okay, let me go spend an hour figuring out the truth.
What's the truth. Yeah.
So I just don't look into it. I don't have time.
Yeah, I just don't read the news anymore.
Yeah.
Same.
I'll get on Reddit.
Way happier without it.
Reddit is like, oh, here's the news, but funny. Like the good stuff that happens in the world. Yeah. Like, you see this homeless man got a job, nice man. Awesome. I read that story every day of the week.
For sure. Yeah. I'm all about good news. I don't really care about, I just don't have time to care.
Did you guys keep up with when that actor, John, I think it's Krasinski's his last name, played in The Office?
Was doing the
good news or whatever. He made like during COVID when everything was like really locked down, he made like a YouTube show or an online video show, and it was just good news. And he had he was like an anchor, and like he had his kids draw all the pictures that would pop up behind him. It was really funny, but it was all good news stories.
Yeah, nothing negative, nothing bad. It was just like yesterday and wherever this happened, and it's just to make you feel good because everything was going so bad.
Yeah,
but it was just really good, heartwarming stories.
Yeah,
it was good.
I'd be into that.
I think everybody would have been in. I think if he had put the money in to make it like a legit thing, I think it could have taken off.
We've derailed this so far.
That's fine.
That's fine.
That's what we do.
Every time I go onto a podcast or do something, this happens. And
it's good. It's just like natural conversation. That's when,
it's just hanging out.
So you gained a bunch of weight and then you were like,
and then I was like, I got to stop drinking every day.
You started running. You went to the gym, started doing the sauna thing.
No, none of that.
Oh, okay.
I did buy a skateboard and try skateboarding again, and that lasted for about 2 weeks.
Did you break something?
I didn't fall once. I just...
Proud of you.
It was hot.
It's funny how stuff you did as a kid, you're like, this is fun. And you do it cold, hot, didn't matter. Now it's like, it's warm. I don't think I'm going to do that today.
I've always wondered when you're going to go, I'm old. Or I'm too old for this.
Yeah.
And so I was at the dump in my truck, and I have a bigger size vehicle, but I was in the bed of the truck and I was throwing stuff out. And I was like, okay, done. Put my hand on the rail, hopped over the rail, and I thought I broke my ankle. Like I had to drop down and grab my leg and be like, I really just snapped my leg in half. And I was like, yeah, I'm too old to jump out of the bed of trucks now.
Yeah.
Like I've reached that point, and it's just a matter of time before I'm too old to go upstairs. Like I could fall down the stairs and hurt myself.
Yeah. I hopped up into the bed of my truck. Mine doesn't sit as high as yours, but I just put my hand on the tailgate and hopped up into it, almost like you'd hop a fence. And there were some people around. I was unloading stuff, and I put on a good show, but I was fairly certain I threw my back out in the process. It was just like, I cannot do that again. And then I thought of all the times I made fun of people that have the tailgates with the little stairs thing that comes down.
Mine has it. I still won't use it.
And in my mind, I'm like, I still don't think I could do it.
Oh, fuck. I would. No.
I think I would run and jump in before I would use that.
You'd use the stair?
I'm man enough to admit that my knees are not quite what they used to be. So
you should look up the chat.
I've taken a lot of falls on a skateboard as a child. So not even as an adolescent, as a teenager. I grunt sitting down.
I definitely do it standing up. There's some noises that escape.
Yeah, no, like when I sat in this chair, I don't know if the microphone's recording, but it's definitely.
We're gonna be fun old men. We're gonna move out here and just sit on the porch together and complain.
My knees aren't so bad. My back and my shoulders suck.
I'm getting a new knee soon.
Are you?
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
Oh yeah.
Got the consultation coming. I'm pretty excited. They were like, "You're 34." I was like, "Man, I know."
But your knee will make you feel like you are 30.
Yeah, my knee is pretty beat. Only one side. The rest of it was good. All right. So this was pretty interesting.
Where do you think it's from? There's something in there that kind of but you have assumptions. I've bought plenty of their stuff anyway.
Yeah.
But I have assumptions on where this is from.
I could have just asked him.
He probably would have told us. But there's a note in there that really just kind of solidifies it for me.
What's that note?
Banana bread.
Old Forester?
No.
Barton, that from Old Forester.
Barton? Really? Mm-hmm. I guess
See,
I don't drink enough.
I'll get like banana runts from like Brown Forman stuff. It's like a candied banana, sweet, sugary. I get like banana bread.
I don't think I drink enough of that stuff. Anything from Barton or Brown
Barton.
Forman. What's your favorite?
Barton.
Very old.
Yeah, 100.
Yeah, that's we keep a bottle of that.
Drank a whole bottle when I was in Orlando.
That does have a lot of banana to it. The 100.
Yes, it does.
Now that I think about it. Do you think that's what this is?
Delicious.
I believe so. I mean, I'm happy to be wrong.
What's the one? I just saw one yesterday. It was very old Barton, but it was in a regular bottle. Like the skinny bottle. I saw it today when I bought that Old Fitz. I bought 4 expensive bottles of Old Fitz today.
11 doll hairs.
Yeah, all 11.
Tall bottle. Very old Barton.
It was like this size, but it looked like this bottle kind of, but square. It was very old Barton. I've never seen it before.
Sure, it wasn't Thomas S. Moore?
No, it's definitely very old Barton.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'll go back and take a picture and send it to you.
Do it. I don't know.
It looked just like the normal big gallon, the gallon jug. It was just a small bottle. Maybe it was a 5th or something I didn't realize.
The very old Barton are the old Weller stuff bottles.
Yeah.
I'm going to look it up.
They had a bunch of those at that little shop we stopped at last night.
The small ones?
Yeah, the smaller bottles and then the big ones right next to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. It just said very old Barton, just in the smaller bottle.
Yeah.
Are you sure it wasn't like a plastic bottle?
No, they were glass.
Yeah, they were definitely glass.
Because this is the only very old Barton bottle I know.
Yeah, it's not that one. They were right next to that one. I'll go back there and look at it. It probably was that.
That's the Traveler.
Yeah.
The Traveler.
Yeah, I didn't even know. Yeah, it probably was that, the green one. Never mind. Disregard.
It's all good.
All right, what's next?
So you tell. It's your bottle.
We'll finish her off with this before I head out. This is a Buffalo Trace Total Wine store pick. It is a mash bill 2 9.5-year-old. So see how much you like this better than that Blantones.
Yeah.
Blantones.
I'm going to need a cup. Can you grab me one of those cups over there? I thought I had 3, only 2.
One of those clear cups, please.
No.
I would just reuse, but I don't know which. It doesn't really matter, does it? Who cares?
No.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay, go.
Fancy.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate you. So this is mash bill 2, Buffalo Trace. Why did they do that?
If it doesn't fit the profile. So if there's like 8 people or something that'll taste through barrels, and if it doesn't, over the course of time, because everything that they'll allocate the barrels for store picks and they'll roll them into warehouse H, and that's where you'll pick them from. And if they're not fitting the profile, like it could be a mash bill 2, or a mash bill 1 Blanton's, and people will go ape shit. Like last year, there was a store in LA or a restaurant who picked 2 barrels of mash bill 1 Blanton's. And people were like, oh, this never happens. This is extremely rare. And they're paying $400 or $500 for a bottle of Blanton's.
That's not even Blanton's.
It's, technically not even Blanton's, but but that just happens. So it's however it fits. Like if it's a very earthy mash bill 1, they're like, yeah, this kind of fits mash bill 2. We'll put it in a Blanton's Elmer lineup, and it could roll out to be a shelf item or a store pick. Vice versa. If they're like, man, this is a very cherry heavy note of mash bill 2, they're going to say, we'll make this an Eagle Rare or Buffalo Trace or something. So
yeah, I have a mash bill 2 Eagle Rare that's super cherry. Doesn't taste cherry, but it smells like cherry syrup.
Yeah.
Like candied cherry syrup, I guess. It's the only way I can get the flavor there. It's like a spearmint to it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about it.
It's so like creamy.
You want apple or pecan before you leave?
I don't care. I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Let's do the pecan. I know you got to run. What time are you getting off tonight? Late?
Should be wrapped up around like 9.
Dang. It's a busy day. How's the girlfriend feel about it? She's like, you're never around. You're always gone.
Well, we're going to Seattle next week, so she was kind of okay with it. With me like going out and doing stuff before I gotta, which it works. I'm making my way through to Louisville, so
we'll tell her we appreciate it. I'm trying to get maximum flavor opportunities. I have to like clean all this up. Thanks. So, anything you want anyone to know while you're here? I mean, definitely plug all your stuff. But if you're like, hey, this is something that's interesting right now that everybody should know about.
Well, I brought, which I didn't think that I forgot about it, left it over there, the Barton Kirkland stuff. I mean, it is just Barton stuff, but that single barrel for $32 and 120 proof.
So people need to get it. So the hype is real.
The hype is real, my friend. The small batch, I'm like, I don't know if I like this. And then every day I come home from work, I'm pouring it. And then I'm like halfway through the bottle, I'm like, you know what? I might like this.
Really?
Yeah.
So I saw that they're limiting one per customer.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
shit.
This was in South Carolina.
Oh, they were not with us because the guy in front of me had like 6 bottles of each kind.
Like I just got rid of my Costco membership because we moved kind of far away.
Costco is life, bro.
So I feel like I need to get another Costco membership.
You cut me a big ass piece of this pie, by the way.
Yeah, my bad, dude. You know, when she cut us a piece and she was like, "Here you go," and I'm like, "Jesus, that's a quarter of the cake."
So it's bourbon chocolate pecan.
Yeah.
It's so good. I took a big bite and gave the rest to Jessica because she's been eyeballing that thing since we were in her house yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can you taste which is this? Is this a mashed bill 1 or 2 Buffalo Trace in here?
In the pie.
I know. I was going to pair it.
Oh,
See how it worked out. Oh, that does well together.
Yeah. Very good together.
it like follows over and becomes bourbon.
It does.
I mean, that was a stupid.
The bourbon becomes bourbon.
Yeah,
This bourbon with bourbon is bourbon.
it's really good though.
I've never eaten with a microphone. It just like this has thrown
No
me.
easy way to do it.
It's like it is
Here,
completely.
let's do this. I'll move it over here for you and drop that below there. There you go.
No, it was fine. I'm just like, like my dumb ass is trying to sit here and still feed myself with a microphone.
That's what's fun about to have it on film because sometimes I forget.
Yeah.
I'm editing it and I'm watching myself and I'm like, what are you doing?
It was normal at the time.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a good move. The pie with the.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, there's a lot of spearmint in that. Yeah, this is very good. Yum. You don't have to eat all of it. Or you can take it to go.
I was going to say, I'm going to take that with me.
Yeah, I would.
That was good.
All right, we're right at an hour. I don't want to hold you any longer, but thank you so much for coming.
Yeah,
Thank you for having me. This is awesome.
Yeah, very,
Absolutely.
yeah, anytime.
And if you don't know, Chad writes for us on our journal on our website, and you can go in there and read stuff. I did have one. This is how I had one thing. The owner of Frigate Rum
Yeah, you told me about this.
reached out to me and was like, "Hey, just so you know, that's not Solera aged. It's a legit 21 year." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "My bad."
I couldn't find any information about it online.
I know, and most of them are when they're that old. They are Solera.
They usually are Solera aged.
Yeah.
And I mean, I feel like if you're not going to Solera age it like Foursquare, then brag about it. Be like
Right.
single barrel aged exclusively for 14 years or whatever. And then just being like, 21.
Yeah, 21 year. Yeah, you would think that it would. That's kind of what I told him. I was like, you should make this more obvious because most people would think. I would think the same thing.
Well, I mean,
especially if you're into rum, if that's your thing, like that you're gonna single in on that. And if they call that out, just like we see certain things on whiskey barrel or whiskey bottles, I would assume someone into rum would see the same thing.
Yeah.
oh, absolutely. And I mean, like I have customers who come in and be like, this like Kirk and Sweeney, is that really 25 years old? And I'm like, it doesn't specify that it is only one single barrel batch, so it's probably Solera with 25 year.
Yeah.
And I mean,
It's also not a price range in which you would think that's been sitting in a barrel for 21 years.
Rum's not, though. I feel like some rums are undersell themselves, and then you'll have some rums like this is 10 years old, and it's like $1,000.
If you're gonna, so this is Pirate, by the way.
Hard pass.
It's Pirate rum, is what that is. It's good stuff. All right, thanks for coming. Thanks for writing for us. Thanks for being a friend.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for being my friend. And yeah, thanks for letting me have a place to write and voice my opinion.
Always,
Absolutely.
And serving me pie. This is going to be road pie.
do it.
Road pie.
Road pie.
We're going to make that thing.
Thanks for coming. Give Chad a follow at My Daily Bourbon. I'm sure that you already do because we promote him all the time. So he just did the wave and I missed it.
I did do the wave. You'll see it later.
All right, thanks. Have a good day.
Cheers.